everybody. Welcome to the masterclass conducted by the Royal Welsh College Music and Drama and MPS. We are very delighted to have our master, Dr. Simon Jones, who is the Royal Welsh College string department head. He will lead us to the masterclass, and our first performer is Jamie, and she's playing the baroque cello. And Simon, would you please to speak something to welcome everybody?
Yes, of course. Thank you, Madeline. A very, very warm welcome to everyone, both in the studio in Hong Kong and wherever you might be listening to this. You are enormously welcome to join us here at the Royal Welsh College of Music and Drama here in Cardiff. We are the National Conservatoire of Wales, the world's first all-Steinway conservatoire, and we offer a range of courses in all instruments and voice, acting, drama, stage management. Today, I'm delighted that we're presenting a masterclass with some of our illustrious teachers, beginning first of all with Rachel Podger, who probably needs no introduction, but arguably the world's foremost baroque violinist and expert in the work of Bach and Mozart and many other composers besides. It's fantastic for us to have this opportunity to work together with you, Madeline, with MPS, and with the students who have prepared so brilliantly for this masterclass. I don't propose to speak for very long because you want to hear music and not speaking, but this is just to say that I hope this will be the first in many, many activities that will link our college with you and students across the region. And if anyone would like to know more about what we do, then you are more than welcome to contact me or contact Madeline, and I can tell you more about what you would like to know. But for now, please let me introduce Rachel, who is here, standing slightly off camera, and I will leave her.
Thank you very much.
Hello, lovely to be here, and it's wonderful to see you. So, we're going to hear the fourth cello suite.
Fourth cello suite, a prelude.
The fourth cello suite, and how many movements would you like to play?
How many movements I'm going to play? If we have time, maybe 2. If no, only the prelude.
Okay, great. Well, why don't we start with the prelude and see how we go? Lovely. Thank you very much. It's Jamie, isn't it? Yes, lovely. Thank you very much for playing. I'm coming really close to the to the computer here so I can see you and hear you, so I feel in touch with you. And it's very nice to be able to see your cello as well, to whoever's directing the camera. It's great. Thank you. Do you understand me okay?
Yes.
Fantastic. That's the main thing to start off with. Okay, so I'd be interested to know what you were thinking about before you started playing. What were you thinking?
In what way? Sorry.
Okay, so apart from, you know, the performance situation and the strangeness of the setup, you know, we're not in the same room and we're on different continents, and how amazing that is, first of all. But apart from that, what were you thinking musically? And I know you've got a lot of people sitting very close to you, and all of that affects us, doesn't it, where we are, where we're performing. But what were you thinking about musically?
I'm just thinking about making more resonance.
Resonance, fantastic, yeah, absolutely. Okay, and one other question. When you look at this piece, if you stand back from the music and you just look at it, what do you see? Yes, it looks like a keyboard piece, doesn't it? Do you want to? I can show the because I've got it here. I can show it on the screen. That's what it looks like. This is a modern version, obviously edition, rather than the facsimile of manuscript. We don't actually have the original manuscript, do we, of Bach's hand? But I'm sure you're very familiar with the copy by Anna Magdalena Bach that she wrote out, because there's so many discrepancies, and sometimes it's difficult to see where the slurs start and end, isn't it? So we have to make our own decisions and choices, and I thought your choices made a lot of musical sense and went along with the figuration really well. What I would like to say is, I wondered whether, because you were saying it's a bit like a keyboard piece, so that takes me to the subject of harmony. So really it's a description of harmony, isn't it? It's literally just arpeggios until we get to the kind of the melisma bit, the semiquavers, when it suddenly takes off after the pause, after that incredible diminished chord on the bottom C sharp, and then there's a pause, and we're not quite sure what's going to happen next. And it's as though, to my mind, it's as though that melisma, that big, long slur, comes out of nowhere. Do you agree? Yes. Yeah? So I think we could try to get more of that effect. Yeah? But before we do that, could we go from the top one more time? And could you imagine as though you are basically playing the harmonies? So you're not playing every individual note with the same emphasis, which I don't think you're doing anyway, but I'd like to hear more sense of, okay, we're over here with the harmony. We start off in E flat, boom, that's my core, that's my foundation of the harmony. And then when we depart and go to the dominant or the subdominant or the parallel minor or an interrupted cadence or a dissonance, those are all very powerful messages harmonically. So could you impart those messages more clearly? Have a go. Yes, please do. Sorry, could you repeat that? Sorry. It's very hot. It's very hot today, is it? Yes, I understand. I completely understand. And am I right that you're playing with, I can't really tell with the image, but you're playing on gut strings? Yeah. Yes. So for anyone who's watching and might not be able to see so well, so Jamie is playing with what we call naked gut strings, so they're not wound. So your top two strings, are they pure gut? Yeah, and the bottom two are wound strings. Yes, lovely. Can I just say to the camera person, if you could direct the camera so that I can see the bowing as well as, that's it, so a bit further away. Fantastic, thank you so much. Perfect, off we go. Can I just stop you there a minute? So until that point, we've already been on a bit of a harmonic journey, haven't we? And it was very nice when you came down. I'm just wondering, could the beginning have more space between the notes so that we really feel how big those leaps are? So maybe take a little bit more time after the first note so that you really enjoy that resonance. There's no rush. There's only you. You don't have to communicate with a duo partner or an ensemble. You are supplying everything. You are the bass line, and you are the harmony, and you are any other part that might be coming in. So you have a lot of freedom. You have a lot of decisions that you can make. So maybe explore those a little bit more. Take more time. Take some risks.
Thank you. Well done. You know when you say something twice, the second time you always say it differently, naturally, yeah? And since you're musical, it would be very, very easy for you to do that. So there's no need to take the same time or to have the same resonance even, or you could maybe vary the articulation ever so slightly. So I'll just get my violin. Come on. So this is my little cello here. So I play it in B flat. So a fifth kind. So you want the resonance on the first note, like you were doing beautifully. You could probably afford to go into the string a little bit more. Yeah, sink into the string, yeah. And enjoy that kind of sense of going into the string. And then the bow, you just recover from that. And then you move over, so you don't need to stab the top note. So it kind of comes out of, exactly, so the movement is and you're moving like a circle, right? Exactly, yeah, that looks fantastic. And that, of course, goes hand in hand with the information that the harmony is giving us, because it's the same chord, yeah? So that also doesn't mean that we can't do any articulation. Because you have gut strings and because you have a baroque bow, that will just happen naturally anyway. So if you can imagine you're in this kind of whirlwind of harmony, and it's a circular event, so dum, ba, maybe a little less in the second bar, and then new harmony, go through the changes of harmony. Okay? Let's have a go. Few bars, but then the sound got better, so I couldn't. I'll just wait and see if I can hear better. So that's fine. So I'm not completely sure what you did at the beginning, but what I heard sounded it sounded more flowing actually. So I think that works well. It also physically feels better, doesn't it?
Yes.
Am I right? Yeah. Fantastic. Now, when you get to that interrupted cadence with the bottom C sharp, well, that's a really low note, isn't it? Obviously. Maybe take a bit more time, because surprise. We don't expect it. Maybe just a little bit. It's more to do with the front of the note. So a more immediate sink into the string. Okay? So let's try that. And then when you go on, if you can change your mind first before you play, when you get to the melisma, and maybe have a sense of, well, what is that about? Maybe exploring, or, yeah, exploring up a hill. It is that, isn't it? Do you agree?
Yes.
Is it about exploring, I think? Yeah, let's try that. So let's do 2 bars before the interrupted cadence. Thank you, Jamie. Can you let's just think about that. So if we go with the contour, so a little bit like the countryside, if you look at the countryside and the hills and the valleys, so we start wherever you start, and then you're going up and going down. Can you copy that shape with how much you go into the string? So this kind of, so really going into the string with the first finger, rather than pulling the same way. So you go, I don't know whether you can hear it, but so you're actually changing the depth of how much you're going into the string according to what the register is. Yeah? So we get more sense of it being out of time and more of an exploration. And then if you can let us know where harmonically it has a footing again. So it's literally the last 2 beats of the melisma bar, I think. So just try that one more time. Maybe just go from bottom C sharp on the pause. Thank you, Jamie. I think we're nearly at the end of our session. Sorry it's so short, but just one more thing. Can I ask you, what is the character, what is the affect of that bit? We've just got through down. What is that about?
Probably going into a maze of harmony. You don't know where you're going.
Yeah.
And then finally you're kind of, there's a fixed cadence, but no, not yet. And then until the trill, and then finally the cadence, but still G minor.
So there's a bit of confusion, isn't there?
Yes.
And I always like to think about, that the prelude, of course, is ahead of all the dances. And we know the steps for the dances, of course, because we've grown up in the 18th century dancing these dances, so we all know how they go. But the prelude could be lots of different things, couldn't it? And of course, they are all different in the suites. And to me, it seems like Bach is improvising. So, next time he plays this, it could be completely different. It could be longer, or, the confusion could happen at a different time. So if you could have that sense, whenever you play this prelude, that it's a fresh improvisation that you are exploring. Okay, that's all for today. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.